Hello and welcome back to the 90 plus 2 podcast. As usual, I am your host, Jamie Townsend, and my co-host, Xander Turnbull, joins me. Hello.
Hello.
And we have a very special guest. You've heard him on the pod before, multiple times, known for some dodgy predictions and even dodgier trims. It is Mr. Jacob Decieco. Hello.
Hello, everyone.
Today we are doing a quick special. We've got to discuss it. It's the big topic at the moment. It is Plymouth Argyle's new manager. So, of course, as we stand today, is the 5th of January today, I believe.
Yeah.
And currently still managerless going into the Sutton game tomorrow. It's been a rough few weeks after Mr. Steven Schumacher got up and left, basically, when Stoke came calling. Yep. And today we're just going to have a little bit of a discussion about what direction we think the club's moving in, some potential new managers. It looks like there's one clear candidate who it could be, but I'll hear the thoughts of both of you. So I'll come to you, Xander, first, since you work for the club.
Yep.
What has been the feel around there since Schumacher has left?
To be fair, I'd actually say it's been quite positive, really. I think Neil and Nance have done a really, really good job. I think the players have all sort of really stuck together, and it hasn't. I wouldn't say it's really changed the environment much. I think, like, being in the office, there's obviously been a lot of conversations, but not been only there on work experience. I try not to listen too much.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would say the mood's been fairly the same, really.
And Jacob, from the fans, especially on Twitter, because I know you're very active on the Argyle Twitter.
Yeah, no, it's pretty rolled up.
What have you seen?
A lot of a lot of very anti-Shuey,
non-repeatable stuff.
Yeah, unrepeatable stuff, especially from we know who. But
Element Miller, is it?
it's been 50-50, really. Obviously, you're always going to get fans for a football club who are going to hate the manager as soon as they leave. And it's fair enough considering the situation. But, I mean, I think it's hard to fully discredit Shuey because, I mean, 101 points. He loved it down there as well, but it's a step up. You can't really blame him. But it's just the way he did it, really.
Yeah, I think the only thing I would say is I didn't like the way that when he was rumoured with Sunderland, 2 weeks before he left, he turned around and said that he was happy, he was settled down here, he wasn't going to rush a move, and that he didn't want to do something stupid for his career. And then 2 weeks later, he chose Stoke of all places. It just seems like a bizarre decision. You'd think that Sunderland would be far the superior choice, or even like a Swansea who are without a manager as well. Is that a nicer place than Stoke?
Well, in my opinion, definitely. But it was weird because I was there in that press conference where he was saying, like, he's a young coach, he's in no rush to leave. And I just remember after that, they were like, that's exactly the opposite of what Holloway did, because Holloway said he wasn't going to leave and then he left straight away. But I just think the fact that he kind of just said, like, I'm in no rush to leave. And then as soon as the money comes along, you know, he's like, see you later, boys. But
yeah, it's a shame. But one thing I would say is that I didn't feel that devastated, because as much as we're doing well in the league and that's down to Schumacher and whatever, we still haven't won an away game.
No.
And still haven't under Dewsnip. Unfortunately, I don't think he's won a game under us, has he?
Run in fairness, apart from Cardiff.
No.
What was it, Cardiff? Yeah. Cardiff,
yeah. It was, yeah.
And so, we've been quite unlucky, in all honesty. It's a shame, really, because it could have really changed the league position up if a few results went our way, especially with Southampton, which is annoying. And
the thing that I was hoping for as well is that a new manager would come in before Sutton, because that seems like the perfect litmus test for a new manager.
They're struggling in the league too. It really could have got the fans riled up if we won that game by a pretty decent result.
Yeah, exactly. But alas, it's looking like unless something is announced in the next few hours, we will be going into that with Dewsnip at the wheel again. But since we're on the subject, we've got to talk about the new manager candidates. So it's looking like one clear man has emerged now, and that man is Mr. Ian Foster. So what do you know about him, Xander?
Not really a lot until yesterday with Chris Errington giving his usual.
Oh, my boy.
Big up Chris. Big up Chris. being with like England under 18s, 19s, and under 20s as well. I think his stint in Ireland was like 14, 15 years ago now. So he's been out of first team like league football for quite a while, and maybe being in Ireland not quite a good standard. But personally, I would say it was quite uninspiring considering the other names that are out there, but are also out there for free, because we would have to pay for him because he's coming from Al-Ettifaq with Steven Gerrard. So it doesn't really make sense.
A bizarre move, doesn't it, Jacob, when you think that he's been only an assistant coach. When you look, like Xander said, at his record for Dundalk, he had a 36% win percentage with a club who went on to win the league 5 times in a row after he left. I would say, obviously, don't look too deep into that because he was still very young, but it does seem a bizarre move to want to pay Saudi Arabia unless he's like a personal friend of somebody at the club.
Yeah, juicing it.
Yeah, I have heard rumours that just wants in a manager that he can just have it as his puppet.
Yeah, both scouts.
Yeah.
I think they're actually from the same place as in like that area as well.
Oh, in Merseyside. God, that would make sense then. It does seem a bit of a bizarre one when you think about the fact that there is like your likes of your John Eustace out there was a really big one. I heard us rumoured with every name under the sun, really. From like
Scott Parker being another big one.
Yeah, that was a really
huge one. Actually,
I wouldn't have minded that. I don't think. I don't know about you guys.
No, I wouldn't have minded it. I think he would have been able to like take the club forwards a bit, get them up the championship. But I don't think maybe just with sort of the budget Argyle have, I don't think he'd maybe really be able to do more than that. He might be able to take them up towards like mid-table, top 10, but you need someone else to push it over the line.
Problem. Every club that he's been with have had a decent amount of money in the championship, and I've also heard from that with previous boards that he's been with. So,
well, when you look at his record at Club Bruges as well, that's kind of the kicker. Yeah. So I don't know about that one. Would have been an interesting one. Obviously, I've also heard like Paul Cook, Gus Poyet, some older names, even Big Neil. I think that wouldn't have been too bad. Get him into
terrible. He's still pretty experienced in the championship, even for his very experienced. So,
and he loves Plymouth, loves the club. So
lives down there.
It would have seemed like a more sensible move as opposed to, like we said, somebody who's literally you're going to have to pay a Saudi club for his services.
Yeah, I wonder what the payment would have been like.
I don't know, because we got the money. This is another thing I was going to talk about. We got the money from Schumacher from Stoke. I don't know how much the payout was, but I was hoping we might have been able to put that towards like as permanent or something.
Yeah.
But obviously he has got up, and I don't think it's been announced with Middlesbrough yet, has it?
It has, yeah.
Oh, has it been?
Yeah, quite like not too long ago.
That is devastating, but it's going to be a huge window for whatever manager comes in. The only thing is that we haven't made any signings yet in this window, so you'd hope that a manager would come in sooner rather than later, so that they'll have longer in the window to try and stamp their authority on the team.
And I honestly haven't really seen us link with that many people, to be honest.
No, I saw a Dan Bowen article, Xander, with 6 players Argyle must sign in January.
6 players, and there was only 5 of them.
Oh yeah, and Andreas Weimann being on the list. It's like something tells me he's not going to want to take that big of a pay cut to come to Argyle.
Who else was on there? Scott Pollock. Not a chance.
I saw the Oxford centre back was on there.
Yeah.
Like, yes, we need a centre back and a striker, but not one
from Oxford.
Not one who's gonna like on crazy money at Bristol City and is like one of their most loved players. So he tells me they're not going to want to sell him to us. I don't know. I would like a tall, strong striker. I think is what we need.
Yeah.
With a bit of pace, bit of nous, because it seems like Bundu could be potentially in that role, but I feel like whenever I've watched him, he's more of a winger, isn't he?
Yeah, and a lot of people have said that as well. He seems more favourable as a winger.
And obviously we've got Ben Waine, Your thoughts on Wayno, Jacob?
I want him to do well, and when we were in League One, he didn't have a terrible start, but he just wasn't properly tested, and now he's in the Championship. He looks way out of his depth, and it's a shame.
It is a shame.
He's not even very young either. He's 22, so I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong, that is young for a striker, but like if you look at other players that are 22 strikers in the Championship, you can't even really compare him.
Perfect move would be to bring in I don't know if we could ever afford it, but like a Kiefer Moore would be unbelievable on loan from Bournemouth, and then that's obviously like a pipe dream for Argyle.
Yeah,
but and then sending out Wayne on loan to like a Bristol Rovers, for example, or like a Fleetwood who are struggling as well.
Yeah.
A team that's got that nous, they're a bit strong, bit of a dirty team, so you can get like a bit nitty gritty, you know.
Yeah,
maybe Bolton would be a good place for Wayne. I think.
Well, because they're at the opposite end of the table, aren't they? So he'd have loads of chances there.
But they're losing Dion Charles as well. So.
Oh, really?
Whereabouts is he going?
I've seen he's been linked with Preston, but a few people are after him.
Interesting. Green Army, sign him up. I'd take him. But yeah, is there any other? I don't think there's many other managers who have been that heavily linked with Argyle now, because it seems like we're at the end of the
not really
process.
It's been a bit of a roller coaster with Leighton Baines at the start.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
And Nathan Jones.
Yeah,
as well.
Yeah,
Nathan Jones.
I would honestly, I wouldn't have minded him at all.
That would have been really good, I think.
He's not exactly the style of football like we play now, but he would have kept this up.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he is
what
good.
we need, it's clear and obvious to everyone. We're having absolutely no trouble scoring goals. It's the defence.
Yeah,
we need a defensive coach with that bit of now.
Steve Cooper, there you go.
Yeah, well, I would absolutely take that, but I don't think.
Tony Pulis, he's out of a job. He loves a bit of defending.
He's been at Argyle before.
Yeah, getting back.
Yeah, bring him home.
Did we not finish our highest league position with Tony Pulis?
What, in the Championship? I don't know. We might have.
I think we did.
I don't doubt that that's true. I just wouldn't be able to tell you, unfortunately.
Yeah, can't fact check that.
I think I was only, well, if I was bored, I would have been, like 2 or 3. Probably when this shirt was around, actually, to be honest.
Probably, yeah.
That's a 4-5 or 4-6, is it?
Yeah, it's an older one.
I had the away one.
It's got a number on the back, to be fair. It's
nice.
number 7. Big
7.
David Frio, that is. But, I think I'll wrap this one up. So your final thoughts. I'll go first for how you think we'll do tomorrow, considering there is literally a game tomorrow, and then where you think we'll finish, depending on who the new manager is. So I'll start with you, Jacob.
Tomorrow, I think it should be pretty comfortable. I think Sutton are 24th or 23rd in League Two. I don't know if we put out a full strength team. I doubt it, but you'd expect like a 3-0 win. I can't see them scoring, even though our defence has been pretty leaky. But I can't see Sutton scoring. And with the new manager in the league, if it is Ian Foster, which it's looking like it is, there's been a lot of negativity just with like the sort of vibe around him. But I've also seen a lot of positive stuff come out of it with a few players that he's coached and developed over the years. So league position, I'm going to say 19th.
Fair enough. And you, Xander?
Tomorrow, I think it could be a draw as well. I think it'll be like 1-1 or 0-0, something like that. I just feel like that's the way it's going to go. But
he knows Argyle quite well, this boy.
Yeah.
Manager-wise, I think if it is Ian Foster, I think we might just sort of stay in the area of the table that we are right now. But if it is someone else, maybe like a John Eustace or someone or anyone else, but I think we could, Scott Parker, I think we could maybe get like maybe 16th to 14th, I think maybe.
Yeah, I think that's pretty fair.
Yeah, I agree. I'm going to say it's going to be a pretty scrappy one tomorrow, but 3-1. I think they will get a goal against us because I think it'll be Burton in net and he'll probably just let one in late or something. And in terms of the new manager with Foster, I think it'll be an 18th or 19th. Like literally just, we're kind of in and around that the whole time. Just hoping to finish above Stoke, you know.
Yeah, I don't.
That would be nice.
Birmingham. And then, like you said, Xander, I agree. If we had I hate to say it, a little bit more of an ambitious manager come in.
Yeah,
But then again, seen Foster manage in England solo, have we? So
No.
Yeah.
who
He has.
knows? But
Hasn't he? I think he was with Paul Cook actually at one point.
yeah, he got
With
promoted
Portsmouth.
Yeah, he was.
to
Yeah,
League
yeah.
when we finished second.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, in League Two. But yeah, thank you for coming on today, guys. Nice little
Lovely.
short one. And then we will be back with you very soon, probably from Marjon, for another monthly roundup. We've been missing them, haven't we, Xander? We need to
We
get
have.
on that.
We do need to get back on it. We do need to.
What is it? We could do an end of month one, I reckon. End of the transfer window.
Yes, that'd be good. That'd probably be a
Do
good
little
idea.
roundup. We could always do like a pre-transfers thing as well next week.
Yeah.
See what happens. We
Yeah.
will see you very soon. But thank you for joining us once again. It's goodbye from me.
Goodbye.
Bye from Mr. Decieco.
Goodbye.